his first points until the second quarter last night, but it came with a thunderous dunk over Kawhi. LeBron finished with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. He also had the game-winning putback off his own missed shot. Shannon, what grade would you give LeBron for his performance? Please be objective here.
B+. I would have gave him an A if he hadn't shot 6 of 19, but he had the game winner. That's worth something, right, Skip? He locked up Paul George and Kawhi Leonard on the last shot. That's worth something, right, Skip? And Skip says, the money quarter. Skip says he loves guys that when the game is in the balance, in the late in the ball game, and he gonna come through with flying colors. He did that. He scored an assist or assisted on 13 of the Lakers' 27 fourth quarter points. That driving layup put him up 3, and then what he do, Skip? That old game winner. That's what it. Don't matter what you do. Skip told me this is what Skip Bayless has been telling me. We about to have an anniversary in a little over a month. 4 years. Skip Bayless said it does not matter what you've done the first 3 quarters. It only matters what you do in the fourth quarter and if you win the game. So with that being said, I could give him nothing less than a B+. Now, I almost gave him an A. Like I said, if he'd have shot 10 for 19, 8 for 19, a little bit better. Because he had some great looks, great looks. That just didn't go in. But I can't give him but a B+. I can't. I'm gonna be honest, Skip. 7 assists. I mean, but you think about the assists. He had 4 early, and guys just couldn't make any more open shots. But you know what? I can live with that because I know that shot gonna come. That shot gonna come, Skip.
And it goes. It mostly goes.
All I know. Hold on. The man's a career 50% shooter from the floor. That's better than you know.
A lot of layups and dunks.
Do I count?
Yep.
Okay then.
They counted last night. Luckiest last shot I've ever seen.
What about them threes?
He finally made a couple. He was 2 for 7. I will give you that much. So, for LeBron James last night, through the first 3 quarters, by his very lofty standards, because somebody across the table keeps telling me he is still the best player on the planet. Somebody across the table continues to tell me he's the best player of all time. So he says, and I keep waiting to get struck by lightning sitting across from you, and I'm glad we are socially distancing because the lightning should strike you when you say that and leave me out of it. But the point is, by those standards, through the first 3 quarters, he deserved a flat-out F. I think even if you were on a lie detector, you would give LeBron James an F for the first 3 quarters.
D.
He's fumbling, he's stumbling, he's getting the ball taken right out of his hands twice by Kawhi, once by Joakim Noah, just took it right out of his hands. LeBron, what are you doing? Are you completely out of it? We're going to talk about the Gray leaving his beard last night. I don't know what happened.
What did he talk about?
It just disappeared. I don't know. But he should have just left it in because he's playing like an old man for 3 quarters.
And then what happened?
Well, then all of a sudden he changed shoes. And I think it changed his mindset. And you know how sometimes the silliest little change can make you feel like, maybe I just flipped a switch.
Yes.
Like some sort of, out in the universe. Maybe I just brought new power in by changing my shoes, right?
And Skip, they said, and then you hear guys say, well, why'd you change your shoes? Well, there wasn't no buckets in those shoes.
Yeah. Okay, I buy that. So I don't follow the LeBron shoes, but you say he went to the unreleased 18.
It looked like it was an 18,
And they were fluorescent, sort of Miami Vice-y sort of colors. And they look kind of crazy to me, but I'm not a LeBron shoe fan. So again,
you're a hater.
Well, I'm not a hater. I bought once upon a time. I don't even know what they were. They were Lowe's, and I thought, they're kind of cool. This is like 12 years ago. I thought, I'm going to give him my money. I'm just going to try. And they fell apart. I don't know. They did.
That did not fall apart. See, there you go with that.
So I'm a Jordan man, except for my 1 pair of New Balance, my Kawhis. They were given to me.
Did you see with them essential workers that your guy had on? That might be why he couldn't get around LeBron.
So he can't get any lift because they're just too clunky, too heavy. So again, F for the first 3 quarters, and I'm going to give him an A- because he played very well. I'm not going to give him great for the 4th quarter. I mean, what did he score? 7
points.
Okay.
4 rebounds, 2 assists.
3 of 7. 1 of 3 from 3. It's not like all-time stats. It's not the kind of stats that you can keep reciting for a whole show to say, what are you going to do with 27, 7, and 7 or whatever it is, 28, 8, and 8.
Yeah.
It's not those kind of numbers.
It wasn't that type of night.
Right? And what's his grand total points for this night?
16.
16 points. Well, by his standards, that's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, he didn't shoot the ball well. Skip. He didn't get to the free throw line, only 2 free throw attempts.
So I'm going to average those 2 grades, F and A-, both very objective, and that brings me to a C+. So C+, that's about what kind of night he had. But he is getting credit for a game winner that was simply the luckiest game winner I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like what happened. He gets Marcus Morris on him. They bang into each other. LeBron jacks up a shot that most other players would get yanked from the game for even trying to take.
They would not stop.
Yes, they would. It's just a horrible shot. It's so bad. It's so short. It grazes the underside of the rim and ricochets straight back to a LeBron while all 9 other players sort of stop like, are you going to blow a whistle here? Isn't it a charge? Didn't he charge?
No, he's an and one.
Yeah. And Marcus Morris is like, flopping for the charge, so he's completely out of the picture at that point. And LeBron says, look what I found. I found a basketball, and I found a superhighway to the basket, and Doc had gone small.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, why would Kawhi switch it?
Switch what?
They put him in the pick and roll, yeah. Why did he fight over the top of that? Okay. That's what LeBron did.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because to my eye, I would have fought over the pick every time.
Because he didn't want that problem.
Doc is clearly teaching we're going to switch everything. So they switched on the perimeter. It was very easy for LeBron to escape from Kawhi because all he needed was a pick from another guard.
Well, the thing is, if that's Paul George and Kawhi, yeah, okay, you switch that.
Okay,
but anybody
Marcus
else?
Morris.
No.
Yeah.
No. But even if it's Paul George, Kawhi, you wave that off. Because you remember Kawhi tried to wave off the pick when he tried to get LeBron. He tried to wave off the pick. He said, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
LeBron said, oh, you don't want a pick? You think you get to the basket on me?
Yeah. So help me out. How many game winners have you seen from point blank range, uncontested, with not a hand in sight or a body in sight, where somebody gets a wide open super highway, somebody who is 6'9", and just gets to lay it over the rim for what became the game winner?
Well,
how many times do you see that?
I've seen LeBron do it several times. Remember, he hit Paul George with that in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that, at least he had to lay it up off the glass left. He had to do it with his left hand.
He left-handed.
We know he's ambidextrous.
Yeah.
I got it. But again, there's a tiny bit of degree of difficulty. That shot, you actually have to blow by Paul George, who took the fake. I don't know what he was thinking about, because LeBron's not going to shoot that jump shot.
Well, we know your guy didn't shoot no jump shot either. He handed the ball off to Paul George.
Okay,
Say, Paul, you take like a hot potato. You take it, Paul.
Well, he got stuck because he picked up his dribble.
No. The best player in the NBA can't get stuck.
Well, he gave up. I told you, he gave it up.
He gave up.
You got to take it home. Finish the play.
LeBron wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
LeBron wouldn't let him.
Okay.
Like I say, he could. What you say?
He's 35 years old.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, your guy was moving like he was 45 last night.
Sometimes he was. I will buy that. But the point is that LeBron got away with being hailed as clutch. He made a late game-winning shot. It's a lay-in.
Hold on. Now, you were showing highlights a couple of years ago of him missing layups. You can't miss. He blew a layup. Jenny, you remember that? He missed a layup. Now he gets a game-winning layup. You can't lay the ball up. Now you're talking about he should have shot a 14-footer. Why?
Well, he did shoot a 15-foot just throw-up shot.
Well, he thought
just a jack-up shot.
No, he thought Marcus Morris fouled him. They swallowed their whistle. Okay, fine. I'll go get the ball, and I'll put it back in.
So Doc had gone small. There's no Big Zoo. There's no Noah. There's not a Montrezl Harrell because I don't even know where he is. He hasn't made it to the bubble yet.
Skip, you watch AD dismantle Joakim Noah last night. He had 32 points in 3 quarters.
I don't think he dismantled just Joakim.
Okay, Zubaz too.
Well, whoever was on it, he was making shots.
Skip, the thing is, they have no answer.
Okay, but when a 6'10" guy can make 3 big threes,
yes,
who's going to defend that?
But here's the thing, Skip. You got to realize Paul George and Kawhi are too small. Zubaz and Joakim are too slow. Trez is too small. They have no. That is the one guy you have no answer for. So you just you hope he missed. You hope he has an off game, and then LeBron James doesn't go crazy. But if AD is on, they got no answer for him.
Okay, how then did AD play the 4th quarter and take 1 shot and miss it and score a grand total of 2 free throws?
He only took 1 shot because LeBron James was taking the game over, doing what he does.
Was he?
Dion
made
Waiters.
3 shots.
What about Dion?
Okay, he made 2 shots.
That's enough.
Okay.
That's more than what the Clippers made.
Yeah, well, the Clippers were having to rely on Reggie Jackson and Landry Shamet and Marcus Morris, who were all pathetic. They all look like liabilities. They haven't played in scrimmages. Pat Beverly having played in no scrimmages. and he was maybe the best on the floor.
Amir Coffey made a big three.
He made
Patrick
one.
Peterson made a three.
He made a couple.
Okay.
Yep.
He made 2 shots, made a three. I mean, so what's the problem, Skip? Y'all got production. Y'all got production from y'all guys off the bench. We got some production. Okay, what's the problem? What about your superstars? Your superstars, you tell me, don't leave it up to the role players. Your superstars got to bring games home in the fourth quarter. So what happened to your superstar?
They are quarantined or out. Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Those are the fourth quarter superstars of the Los Angeles
Clippers. So in other words, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Are you saying that Lou Will and Trez Harrell are more important than Paul George and Kawhi?
In the fourth quarter, they are the closers for this team. Montrez is just a beast in the fourth quarter. You can't keep him off the rim, off the glass. Have you seen what he'll just terrorize?
Didn't AD keep him off the rim? When the last time they played in March?
I don't.
What did AD do? Oh, you remember?
Well, I remember AD in the first game of the year. He zonked in the fourth quarter. He had a goose egg.
And then we didn't play that well in the second game. But what happened in the last 2 games?
Well, you don't have a closer either.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We saw him last night.
Really?
Yeah.
With the luckiest close you can ever have?
Don't do that, Skip.
If that keeps happening, you're going to win the championship.
Skip, whether you swing and miss or you hit a long fly ball, you're out. You lost, Skip. So you and Kawhi can go back. I mean, Kawhi was dressed like he was going to a scrimmage anyway. You saw him coming there with Clipper-issued equipment on. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't think LeBron was actually walking onto the cover of GQ.